Their backdrop, desert hills on California's border with Mexico. Here, tens of thousands are gathering. This the way to the air show?
Yes.
The Blue Angels fly in this wind?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. For a spectator sport now so popular, only baseball attracts more Americans. One where the ordinary business of flying is pushed to extraordinary limits.
This is going to be a spectacular one as he pulls from the ground, goes to the vertical, straight up. Inside or barnstormer's loop imposes 3.5 to 5 Gs on the pilot's body.
Australian Gordon Bowman-Jones is for many the voice of the airshow circuit.
The hammerhead turnaround. And if you look
in the United States, it's a true full-time industry. You'll find about 250 events around the United States, of which about 40 or 50 of those will attract close to 1 million people at each event.
From the fuel-burning, stomach-turning wizardry,
and it's tumble time once again as Tim turns it.
to old-fashioned daredevilry. There are no competing teams, they battle the laws of nature. No final scores, just the hope all make it home alive. Ballerina Margaret Stivers and biplane pilot Hartley Falstad practice an art that took off in the 20s. Then it was out-of-work World War I pilots and others who walked on wings as the star attractions at country fairs across America.
Watch now, ladies and gentlemen, as they pull up and over for the inside or barnstormer's loop.
80 years on, the biplane has a role beyond relic display. It's still the platform of choice for wing walkers.
And then hammerhead their way around the sky. Oh, what a ride.
The foundation of what I do is in ballet, and that's done 6 days a week, obviously.
It's a territorial business, wing walking. Margaret Stivers walks above air shows in the western US and Japan. She says to go elsewhere would be to push in on another walker's patch.
We do about 10 shows a year, but we also do commercials, we do music videos, we do movies, and we do special events. When I'm actually hanging there, it's just me against the wind. There's no bar, there's nothing holding me there. Yeah,
Okay.
It's real interesting.
Yeah, what about on top, when you're up?
On top, well, come on up, I'll let you get up here.
It's as close as I'll ever get to wing walking.
The black.
Inspired by an earlier generation of aerial show men and women, Margie Stivers ignored those who said, don't do it.
Okay, so once you're up here, it's frightening it up on the ground.
What did you see in front of the rack there? You'll feel
And has been performing for 10 years.
I'm used to working with the wind here, so this might be interesting.
It'd be a surprise if you couldn't do it on the ground.
Yeah.
That would be revealing.
And then
At the heart of this air show phenomenon is the American military.
Thank you for wasting our time.
It's a chance to trot out the most advanced in warfare technology, draw new recruits, and massage its public image.
Give you pride as an American citizen that we have some of the best in the world.
It's nothing to just see them, because you can see pictures of airplanes all the time.
You have to be
But
here.
the sound of the airplanes, following the airplanes, you know, just everything's so awesome. Well, it all comes together, you know?
Second World War Admiral Chester Nimitz recognised the PR possibilities 55 years ago. He ordered the Navy form a flight demonstration team. In the decades since, the elite Blue Angels have refined this dance of war a stunning aerial demonstration to follow. Apparently, more than 300 million people have watched the Angels fly, and 23 pilots have died performing or practicing, the most recent fatality just 2 years ago.
They are absolutely, I feel, the world's finest aerobatic team. As a jet aerobatic team, the distances between them, 30 inches at speeds up to 600 miles per hour. An absolutely amazing feat of airmanship for these people.
This, our first demonstration of the 2001 season.
When the Angels fly, reserve pilot Dan Martin takes over the mic.
Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Parkville, Missouri, Lieutenant Commander Keith Hoskins.
We'll do 35 cities and about 70 demonstrations for the year. So each weekend, from mid-March until mid-November, we're at a show site somewhere.
I just appreciate the country being out there keeping on our toes, you know, because we're pretty much the best in the world as far as our Air Force. And if we don't practice, you know, you're not going to be that way.
Unless you've flown an airplane, you really can't appreciate what they do, what it takes to fly the close formation that they do.
Second World War pilot David Pearson, at 77, still flies and sees the air show turning public sentiment.
After Vietnam, people were very anti-military, but I think that's changing. People look at these military airplanes and I think they appreciate it more. And that makes me feel pretty good.
Another day on America's air show circuit. Maybe among the 40,000 who came, there's a few inspired young Navy pilots and a would-be wing walker or two to carry this carnival of the air into its next generation.